Hey guys, so I had another video that was planned for this week, but I had came across something earlier in the week that just completely blew my mind and I had to share it with you guys. So a couple of months ago, I made a video that explained Metafields and exactly how to go and edit them without an app. Now, the technique that I used, unfortunately, was using a Google Chrome plugin, and that Google Chrome plugin no longer worked with the React development framework that Shopify was switching to. So sometimes you'd click on it, sometimes it would load, sometimes it wouldn't load. I've learned of a technique that you can use which allows you to edit Metafields directly in the Shopify bulk editor dashboard so that you don't actually have to purchase another app like you normally would with like Metafields 2 or something like that to edit the Metafields. You can edit them directly through the dashboard, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, so now, once we've got our page up here, I'm actually going to do the explanation of how this all works through a text editor because it's a little easier to understand how everything comes together instead of trying to do it up in the URL toolbar at the top. So let me pull up my Atom text editor here and I'll walk you through what we have going on. So if we look at the URL that we're going to be plugging into Shopify, the first component of it is going to be our Shopify URL. This is pretty standard. This is the Shopify URL for your store. So that's the first thing that you're going to need. So I'm going to copy that down here so we can see me build this out as we go. So the first thing is our Shopify URL. The second thing is we're going to be working in the admin section. So we want to have admin in the URL as well. Then the next piece is we're going to be using the bulk editor tool. So the bulk editor tool allows us to edit multiple things on many products at the same time, makes working within Shopify for doing mass updates much easier. Copy and paste, all this really cool stuff. So we're going to put in bulk. The next thing we need to do is we need to put a question mark. Now in web development, when you put in a question mark, that means it's going to be followed with some variables that the page is going to look for and populate out there. Populate out the DOM. So the first thing we're going to need to put in here is the resource name. So now if you're going to be doing this normally, I've got a sample here so I can show you what it looks like before we build it out. So if we go and we copy and paste this into one of our windows here, we can see when it pulls it up, it's going to show us two columns of the previous Metafields that we created when we went and did the SEO, adding keywords as well as adding shipping to our pages. So we can see the Metafields in here. Now, if we went and wanted to add 2-day free shipping to multiple items, we could just copy and paste them down and it would update all the Metafields. Super powerful. You hit save and it'll go through and you'll see the check marks come up here on the right and that will save your Metafields information. Now this is more, you can get to this if you're just on the product pages. So if you go to products and you go and select a bunch of products and you go edit products, it's going to pull up these Metafields and you're going to be able to see them and modify them. However, if we wanted to do this for other pages inside Shopify, say we wanted to use Metafields inside collections, and you go to collections and you go to bulk edit of collections. So if we go to collections here and we select edit collections, we can see that under fields, we don't have any Metafields in there. We can't add any Metafields in there. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to get to a place where you can actually edit the Metafields by modifying the URL string. All right, so if we go back to Atom here, we have a look at our URL string. So the first thing we want to do is we want to put in the resource name. Now the resource names that we have available to us are product, collections, blog, and article. All of the pieces inside Shopify that allow us to support Metafields. Pages as well. You can also put pages in there to edit Metafields inside pages. For the sake of this demo, we're going to do collections. So collection is the resource name that we want to pull up, and then we are going to put in the variable edit. Now we separate out variables that are going to be posted within HTML by using the ampersand sign. So it's first variable, resource name equals collection. Second variable is what we want to edit. And now here comes the really crazy part, or the really great part. We can add fields. So even if the Metafield doesn't exist and we want to go and add an additional field to our Shopify store, we can go and type in that Metafield in here and it will pull it out on the other end. So if I go and type in metafields.global.field, This is a new, oh, I've got a typo in here, fields. This is a new metafield that has never been created before. We can now go and copy this URL and paste it into our browser, and it will come up and it will pull up and create that metafield for us. So I've gone and done this already, and I've gone in and filled in under my staff picks collection, amazing global field. Okay, so now that I've gone and set the metafields and I now know how to edit them, we can now use my other tutorial that I use in order to go and pull them back out. So how to pull them back out in Liquid. Now I've already gone and set that up on a collection page. So I've gone and add in Metafields, just some text on the page equals collection.metafields.global, namespace, and the name of the field, and then I've saved it. So now if we are gonna go and view our collection, so we're gonna view the collection that we just added that amazing metafield to. So let's go here to products and go to collections, and then we're gonna go staff picks. I'm gonna go to view. And we'll look at the very bottom where I put that code in. You can see that it's pulled out that metafield out of there. So super, super useful. It allows us to make modifications inside Shopify using the URL and the bulk editor tool to add, manipulate, and very quickly add and very quickly change all of the metafields inside Shopify without needing to buy an app, with a relatively good user experience. So that's it for this time. I hope this was helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. I come out with new videos every Thursday, and we will see you in the next one.